Yeah, exploit yourself. It's the one book title that I've got a lot of negative feedback about because of the term exploit, which a lot of people see as a negative thing. But this is a book about networking, and if there's ever an area that you need to exploit yourself, it's at networking. If people go to networking events, I see them all the time. You go to breakfast and lunch events and evening and cocktail, and people go there and they kind of mingle, and they sitting in the corner watching the air bubbles like move around in the glass of Coke or wine. And it's just really interesting. People have no strategy about how to network. So I started to put this together. I was a member of BNI for a while, and they're very good at teaching a form of kind of elevator pitch or introduction that invokes some sort of action. So that was my kind of starting point, and I liked what they did there, but I thought I could improve it. So I kind of rewrote it, and I did this, and I said, well, now we've got this methodology to introduce yourself in a manner that it invokes not only a response but a relationship. And then how do we do that? How do we take that further? So just unpacking that and bringing that a little bit back, and I say, well, okay. So what are the basics? What is trust? Because people do business with people who we trust, and we don't do business with people who we don't trust, or just get that that icky feeling about. So how do we invoke those various things? So the book kind of dives a little bit into the psychology and the invoking of different hormones that invoke different feelings and stuff into that into our lives. But it's mostly about how you behave in a proactive manner when you go to an event. And in the book we look at going to expos. When you go into a room full of like 4, 5, 6, 7,000 people, how do you make sure that people will remember you? What is the way to ask a question of someone at a stall that invokes a good response? And how to then ask a question in an auditorium that gets you to be the center of attention, even though you're not on stage. There's clever little tips on how to do these and how to become memorable. And then, of course, we delve quite a lot into the kind of networking needs, the typical business breakfast thing. Where do you stand when you arrive? What do you bring with you? What are you preparing? What are you anticipating and to be able to do to invoke the right thing? And then to also stop wasting time chatting to people that you know or that you don't want to know. And we spend so much time with idle, this, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't be here. Learn to say, thank you, I'm going to leave this conversation now. I've actually got networking to do. And learn those little tactics. But when you do engage somebody, how do you do that? What is the 5 sentences that you've got to say that makes you memorable? And it's exploiting yourself. And I really stand by this term. It's not a negative thing. I'm not being exploited. I'm exploiting myself. I'm putting myself out there. Being at a network event is sometimes harder than having to walk naked into a room, because you are having to really show everything that you have, and even though you might not be 100% secure in what you're doing, you have to sell it, and you have to portray that to somebody else in a way that they're going to remember. And we've done this so many times, and I've taught hundreds and hundreds of people in many different networking sessions on how to do this, and it's been really productive. And I see masters at it that have learned these and utilize them, and I always love. The other day I was on stage and someone asked me the question, and they used this formula that's in my book, and I just had to smile because I saw it working from the other side, and it was absolutely brilliant. I really, really enjoy it. It's a little book of sort of tactics. We rewrote it into a little handbook because it's something that you almost want to sort of carry with you. And so we reduced it down into a little handbook that you can carry with you and just check up quickly before you go into the networking events on some key strategies to be able to do that. And I think this one's also available as an audio book as well. So we've had great success. I've handed out many hundreds of these for free at various events, because I truly believe that this is one book that every business person should have had read at least once or twice and have somewhere in their briefcase, in their car, ready just to refer to before you go into those powerful network sessions. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed writing it, and I've reread it a number of times over the years, and it keeps on giving back to me as we are improving on becoming efficient networkers to build those relationships of trust.